Oh my gosh. My neighbor's out there just, she could literally see into my room. Hey neighbor. Hi friends, welcome back. Today we're going to be continuing my faith series. These videos are kind of just for you guys to learn about my faith, what I believe in, what I don't believe in, and just for anyone who is interested in learning a little bit more. I'm not going to go too into depth with some of the things that I want to talk about just because we will be here for literally until Jesus comes back. So first, let's talk about who Holy Spirit is. And Holy Spirit is a part of the Trinity. Now, the Trinity is made up of God, Holy Spirit, and Jesus. I know a lot of denominations see the Holy Spirit in different ways. Some recognize him, some don't. My denomination does definitely recognize him. I know the Trinity is a concept that is kind of hard to understand, but God exists in three different forms. I teach in Sunday school, and the way I like to teach it is how water can exist in three different forms. That's the same way God works. So water can be in solid, liquid, or gas. And that's how God is. He's God, Holy Spirit, and Jesus, but all at the same time. Holy Spirit was present during the Old Testament times, but we don't really see his power until Jesus is born and when Jesus begins his ministry. Even though Jesus essentially was God on earth, he was still human. And because he was in a human form, he relied on the Holy Spirit to do the signs and the wonders and the miracles that he did, like turning water into wine or healing many, many people and setting many people free from demons. He was able to do that not just because he was God, but because he had the Holy Spirit. I don't care what other doctrines might say. I genuinely believe in the Holy Spirit, and no one can change my mind about it because I experienced the Holy Spirit when I was really young. And I just remember that I was praying, and I grew up in church, like many of you guys know. I had seen many different things, and I was finally at a point where I was like, okay, I kind of know that this is real, but I want to know in my heart that this is real. And I kind of was like, God, I want to feel you. Show me that you're real. Show me that what I believe in is real. When I said that prayer, I didn't start jumping up and down and doing all of these crazy things. It wasn't like that at all. But I felt this wave come over me, and I've never experienced this feeling ever in my life ever again. After that, I just started to experience the Holy Spirit in many different incredible ways, each very unique. And that's why I know in my heart that Holy Spirit is real. Not because anybody forced me to believe in him, but I've experienced him and I felt him. And for people to say that he's not real, that's a lie. He is real. Maybe you've just never given him the opportunity to really manifest himself in your life. And if you haven't, I really invite you to, because it is an unbelievable feeling, and after that you will be different. You will be completely changed because you will have Holy Spirit. So I believe that Holy Spirit is still with us and that we all have access to him, and he wants to be a part of your life. So why not take that opportunity? The next thing is, I really love this story. It's the day of Pentecost, the day of the disciples and many other people were in the upper room. They finally received the Holy Spirit, and it wasn't just a little touch. It was boom, Holy Spirit. But that's kind of when Holy Spirit made his mark and was like, here I am, guys, let's get this party started. And I just love it. I love Holy Spirit. I get so excited when I talk about Holy Spirit because he's just incredible. And you never know. You never know what you're gonna get with Holy Spirit. That's the thing. So the Holy Spirit really empowers us. And it's not because I'm Martha and I'm someone special, or I'm a pastor and I'm someone special. It's because we have Holy Spirit in us. That is the only reason why we have power, why we have authority, and why signs and wonders and miracles are still alive today because of Holy Spirit. Not because of us, not because we're so, it's because of Holy Spirit. So He enables us and He empowers us to be able to do these signs and these wonders and these miracles. Just like Jesus did in the New Testament, we have that same ability today. The other thing about the Holy Spirit is that when you have the Holy Spirit within you, you should be showing in your life the fruits of the Spirit in you. So the fruits of the Spirit are love,
joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control.
And I think that's all of them. When we have the Holy Spirit, we're able to live out these fruits in our life. Many times I find that without Holy Spirit, it's very hard to show like patience, or it's very hard to show love to people, or it's very hard to be good. And the Holy Spirit helps us to do all of these things. The other thing I believe is the baptism of the Holy Spirit. This is another thing where some denominations kind of disregard it and say that it was only during biblical times and it's not relevant to us to this day, but I believe that it is, and I can do a whole different video on speaking in tongues, but basically it's just a language that we don't understand, but our spirit communicates to God. And it sounds crazy and it sounds complex, but it's biblical and it makes sense, really. You can read a lot more about the baptism of the Holy Spirit in the Bible, of course, and just figure it out for yourself. You guys know that I never try to push my beliefs onto you guys. I want you guys to read the Bible and find out what it truly means to you. I wish I could go more in depth with some of the things that I talked about, but we'd be here forever, guys. This video is probably already really long and I'm not trying to bore anybody. So if you guys have any other questions about the Holy Spirit, I would be more than happy to answer them. Like I said, I love talking about Holy Spirit. It's one of my favorite things, and learning about the Holy Spirit is one of my favorite things to do as well, just because He's so important. He's so important to our lives. And if you don't have Holy Spirit, then what do you really have, Because like Jesus said, when He left us with the Holy Spirit. So yeah, I hope none of you guys hate me and that this was understandable and that it made sense. And maybe it kind of encouraged you a little bit just to learn a little bit more about the Holy Spirit. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and I look forward to seeing you guys again really soon. Bye! Because we don't believe what today's culture believes in, like same-sex marriage or abortions or whatever the topic is.